Come on in, grab a sip of water, have a seat, get your chapstick. We're gonna chop it up a little bit today. We've got a few things going on, so like give me a second. We're like recording this on like a new platform and we're just testing some things out today. Anyways, if you don't know where you are, this is Gregory the podcast. I'm your host, Gregory, and I've got something to say. Not the loud ass clicking was probably recorded too. Anyway, let's get on with it. Sometimes I come here and like, and if I'm going to be honest, sometimes I come here and I never. It's not that I don't know what to say. It's I second guess and I question often whether I should have a voice in some of the topics I bring up, whether I should be the voice in the community, holding discussion and place for these conversations to happen. And that's really hard. And I blame that a lot on like, just how we're often stifled when it comes to creativity, when it comes to our own opinions and things of that nature. Um, so I try really heavily to get out of that. It really is a difficult task because I sit here and I'm like, damn, who am I to really hold space for these conversations? Who am I to be like, oh, we need to sit down and have these conversations and hash them out? Why not just sit on the sidelines and watch everybody just debate this shit however they're gonna do it, you know? And let's just be honest. Then stories come across my timeline or my news feed, my TikTok, like O'Shae Sibley. And if you don't know who O'Shea Sibley is, he was a 28-year-old black gay dancer in New York. And he was just hanging out with his friends at the gas station. They were dancing to Renaissance, or, they said they were dancing to Beyonce. He was voguing, and he got into it with a young man, and the young man stabbed him in the chest, and he died. When you all ask why I go so hard for the LGBTQIA, why I go so hard on about black queers, about black women, about black trans people, about black non-binaries, about all the different types of blacks, because we now know that black is not monolith. And I want you to understand that being under the LGBTQIA is not a monolith either. Black queers do not benefit the way you all think we benefit, because we are still black and therefore disposable to these other communities. And like some of you all are not going to understand it. And the only way I can reason this is like how you have all women and then you have like black women, and you have all women and then you have like Latin X women, right? So like you guys get what I'm saying. To take a man's life for the style of dance he and his friends were doing is absolutely egregious. To not only take that man's life because you deemed his sexuality choices unfit, unworthy, and then to hide behind the fact of being a Muslim, and then because he did turn himself in. This was a 17-year-old. He said he was a Muslim at first, and then his attorney and the parents came forward and said, oh no, he's a good Christian boy. I believe someone mentioned he had a black lawyer. I'm not gonna look that up because I don't want to be disappointed. But this egregious behavior has to fucking stop. Okay? It just has to. It has to fucking stop. That's where I'm at with it. Because you guys you're not understanding why I go so hard. Because not only is this one, the reality that I face or the reality that my friends face, this is what you all are teaching your children on an everyday basis. That this kind of behavior is okay. That their reactions to this kind of behavior is okay. It can be egregious. It can be loud. It can be absurd. And you can all hide behind the covenant of, oh, I'm a good Christian. I'm not very well versed. I'm not one of the Bible girlies. I'm not very well versed, but I'm pretty sure like one of the few things he tells you not to do is not to kill, right? I don't think he said, don't kill, but if they are some sort of punk, sissy, black, some sort of woman, that's okay. I don't think the good book said that. Okay? I need you all to like really take heed of the fact that you are allowing your misunderstandings or your hate to drive you, so much so that they are using it on a political stand front. They are using it on a political stand front. They are using trans and gay as political issues while simultaneously saying they hate Black people too. And a lot of that is underneath because they want you to be, they've got all this fear mongering and division that they're promoting. This man died for no reason at all. Like, I'm not going to talk about like, oh, we should, we need to come together. This isn't the time to educate. Like, this isn't one of those times I feel like we should just, no, he needs, lock his ass up. It's very much lock his ass up because y'all are going to sit here and be like, oh, he was a good Christian. Listen, let me tell you, because I often write a script for the show and I'm a little bit off script right now, but I'm going to tell you the analogy I wrote for this is I stop at the gas station all the fucking time. If I see a crackhead tweaking out at the gas station, you know what I do not do? I do not go over with my opinions and be like, hey, get off the crack. This shit is embarrassing. You know what I think? I assess that situation and see, damn, he's tweaking out. I'm also minding my business. He's not fucking with me. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to continue minding my business because he is not fucking with me. I'm going to go into the gas station and then I'm going to come out and hope that he is continuously not fucking with him or fucking with me. Y'all get the point. Okay, this is upsetting me and my homegirls because this is our reality and not enough people care. And that's what pisses me off is because when we share these stories and we share these situations, it's kind of like, damn, it goes silent. No one ever has anything to say. No one ever has anything to like back up about these situations. But like my problem is these are very real realities for some of us. And I'm not saying that these realities trump anybody else's experiences. I'm saying that we all individually have our own like plights and triumphs and bad experiences. But like instead of like fighting one another on who's oppressed more, and I'm not talking to the white allies right now. Please don't make this about you. It's not. Instead of talking about who's oppressed more or who has what rights, can we focus on the fact that people are using people, baiting people, using different marginalized groups to baiting you all into hating one another so they can do whatever the hell they deem with our rights. Now, I know most of you came here to hear me talk about the ancestors and the sweet tea party, but you already know how I feel as somebody who's recently been to Alabama twice. First off, they had the ancestors all over it, babe. That had the ancestors all over it, and thank you to them. Mwah. It was magnetic. It was truly endearing to see a community come together and support in a defense. One of the interesting things about that, apparently they had just had like a Trump rally in that like central location or something like that recently. And you know, this is all on like the tail end of Jason Aldean dropping the song, Try That in a Small Town. So I think, you know, the aggressors in the situation, the small boat, I think that they were, I don't know, ramped up, amped up, full of bullshit. I don't know, whatever goes on at those rallies, whatever Jason Aldean was peddling, whatever nonsense was going, honey, I guess they were amped up on that. And, you know, they thought they was going to do what they was going to do. Here's my thing. Like girls who get on the water all the time. And if you have friends who go boating, who go fishing, they know water laws. Like they know the laws. They know where to park. They know where they can be at. They already know this. So when somebody's telling you to move your boat, you already know you're not supposed to be parked there. Like you already get your little babes, please. You know. Now, I love that we came together as a community. I love that we were in defense and we were in support and there was just Black people pouring from everywhere. I love to see it. This is what I'm talking about when I say community coming together. This is what I'm talking about. Now, I mean, I know we're supposed to give some sort of, Violence is never the answer. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I'm not gonna necessarily say that because, yeah, those are not my thoughts and feelings. Um, but I think we need to take a moment to explain to our the younger generations what's going on. Like, my parents often refer to my generation as like the ones who are stuck in their like revolutionary mindset kind of wave and era. And I think we need to explain that to your children, your nieces, your nephews, that, they may be feeling, they will feel the effects of like what we do and how we carry. And some of us are carrying a lot because we're tired. We're tired. Simple as that. I know they want to talk about Miss Ma'am getting folded with the chair. Girl, don't start now, won't be none. No, but I know, let's talk about Miss Ma'am that got folded with the chair. Let's talk about Shorty real quick. Let me see. As a man, right, when I go out in public and if I take my significant other out, right, and we get into a fight, I know that there is a significant chance that my significant other could get hit with anything, right? Especially if we go to a bar. I know like the chance of you getting popped with a glass or like, a bottle, it could get heightened, right? Now, especially if we're fighting. People want to be like, oh, he hit her with her chair. That was too much. There was a lot of women out there fighting. You just, if you don't want to get hit with nothing, you shouldn't have been out there. I grew up where we had rules. Like the kids played the dozens. You could sit there and not play, but like as soon as you laugh, your ass was grass. You could have sat there and not got involved, but as soon as you swung, well, now she'll be seeing stars for like the next 90 days. It's okay. Carry on. Shout out to the black woman who was living in a soft life who had to get up and get involved and get active. Retired, Um, to the Caucasian thugs. To the Caucasian thugs. I want you all to hear me. Thugs, gorillas, animals behaving in such a manner. Lock their asses up too. Cause move your damn boat. It really didn't, it really didn't have to be all of that. All you guys had to do was like move your boat, listen to the co-pilot. You really could have just moved your boat, followed the laws, Now, see, you could have just sat there and ate your rice. Now everybody out here beat up, banged up, and y'all look at how y'all looking. Stop carrying. Stop carrying in this capacity. That's what I'm gonna say to the people. Stop carrying in this capacity. However, I do want to like forewarn y'all, and not that I'm fear mongering or anything, but I think that we should be very aware of the kind of people we are dealing with. When things like this happen, they often respond though. Whether that be some sort of racist plight or some sort of, I just want y'all to be safe out there. That's what I want. I want women and children to be safe at the, at the aftermath of this. I want you all to be safe, especially down there in Alabama, especially in those places that we don't discuss that are not Alabama. Even to all my up north shorties, I want y'all to be careful because the racism up in the north hits a little different than it does in the south. I'll tell you that. I just want you all to be safe. Be aware. Pay attention. These are my thoughts and comments on the matter. Moving right along. This one will be quick. Shout out to Meg. Justice for Meg. Anybody who's Tory in 10 years. Yes, 10 years because I don't care if he shot her in their pinky toe. Like, sir, we could fight about it. Do not shoot me. No, in all seriousness, like, I didn't think I would have to say that, but in all seriousness, like, we could fight about it. Do not shoot me. Like, it's never that deep. I promise you, it's never that deep. And if it is, anywho, right. Also, Tory was on probation when he shot her. So, yes, 10 years. Lock his ass up. And if you don't know where you've been, this has been Gregory the Podcast. I'm your host, Gregory, and that was my something to say. Make sure you guys follow me on IG at Gregory the Podcast, G the Mage on TikTok, and girl, I'll find y'all wherever else y'all at. All right now. Peace.